Kung Fu Rabbit originally started off as a mobile game for iOS and Android. The game was developed by Bulky Pix, but now it's being ported over to the Wii U eShop by Neko Entertainment, the same developer who brought you Puddle for the Wii U. In Kung Fu Rabbit you play as, well, a rabbit who is a Kung Fu master teaching his students the ways of the martial art. Suddenly your dojo is attacked by the Universal Evil who kidnaps all of your students and traps them in evil purple bubbles. But sadly for them, they made one big mistake. They forgot to take the master. Now it's up to you to save your students and save the day. Kung Fu Rabbit is structured as an action platformer. The levels are structured to reach the end of the level and save your student who is trapped in a purple bubble. Along the way you'll encounter many different hazards as well as carrots that you can collect to use as currency to purchase new power-ups for your character to use in different levels. There are many hazards in this game, but the most common one you'll find is the black tar that happens to be placed exactly where a carrot can be or exactly where you'll think you'll want to land. You'll find this pattern frequently throughout each level of the game, and it'll only get more difficult as you progress through the game. Aside from the black tar, there are enemies that'll just walk around, fly, or even spit projectiles at you, and you'll have to find ways to maneuver around them or equip power-ups that'll help you destroy them. As mentioned before, the carrots you earn throughout each level help you gain currency to purchase new items in the game. In the mobile version of this game, this was used as in-app purchases, and it's really awesome to see that this was converted over to in-game currency in the Wii U version of the game. It was a very clever move on Neko Entertainment's part. And due to the lack of a universal achievement system for the Wii U infrastructure, it was nice to see that Neko Entertainment added a trophy system within the game itself, so you'll be able to earn in-game achievements for Kung Fu Rabbit. When I was first given a copy of the Wii U version of this game, the first thing I did was download the mobile version, try it out and see how it had changed from the mobile version to the Wii U version, and I think the biggest and greatest change is the physical buttons. When I played Kung Fu Rabbit on my Galaxy Nexus, the experience wasn't the greatest. In an action platformer where jumping and precise landing is very frequently needed, touch controls aren't the best way to play this game. Luckily on the Wii U version of the game, we get physical buttons on the gamepad, the classic control, or even the Wii remote. You can now make precise jumping movements or landing movements when you're playing through obstacles or different platforming areas. Not only that, but if you were a fan of the mobile game and you don't want to, play this on a television or something, you could actually just play the entire game solely on the Wii U gamepad if you wanted to. In terms of controls, Kung Fu Rabbit has two main actions, running and jumping. Running has one single speed. You don't double tap the joystick to run faster, you just have one simple speed. In terms of jumping, the longer you hold the button, the higher you jump. However, the higher you jump, the more floaty it feels when you jump. It feels somewhat like Little Big Planet. You never feel like you lose control of Rabbit, but you could definitely feel how light he is. There's also a sliding mechanism where Rabbit can grab onto walls to slide down or maneuver up a wall or jump from wall to wall. It's used constantly throughout later puzzles. You'll have to learn to maneuver them while at the same time avoiding hazards around the area. In terms of graphics, Kung Fu Rabbit scales up beautifully on televisions. The character and level design looks very cartoonish and just adorable. But don't let the cartoony adorable look confuse you. This game gets really challenging as soon as you progress through the first couple of levels. Speaking of levels, the level system is made up of 3 different worlds, each containing 20 levels. As you progress through 3 of these worlds, you'll unlock a 4th bonus world that levels get unlocked as you progress through the first 3. When you complete all 4 worlds, you'll get a remix version of all 4 worlds. Harder difficulty, double the hazards, double the obstacles, and all the level layouts are changed. With the addition of the hardcore remixes of these levels, I got about 8 hours of playtime with Kung Fu Rabbit. Overall, Kung Fu Rabbit is a fantastic title on the Wii U. I think there's a lot of things that this game does right, with very minor flaws, with some of them being the lack of a very diverse soundtrack. The soundtrack is very repetitive and relies heavily on Asian drums. I also would have loved to see some Miiverse support similar to that used in New Super Mario Bros. U. When you fail a level, you can get hints from other players playing the game on how to solve that level or how to get a carrot. I think that would have been a neat feature had it been added to the game. You'll see this game in 2 different lights, as a great pastime or as a fantastic challenging action adventure game, and either way you're bound to have a great time. For all these reasons and more, I give Kung Fu Rabbit for the Wii U an 8.2 out of 10. For more on Kung Fu Rabbits and bunnies and video games and everything in general, you're already at the right place, Gaming Vlog Network.